Hello, my name's Richard Watson, and this is Anglais the Easy Way. And today I would like to help you to do it the English way. And especially, I'd like to talk about the place of understatement. Now, you could apply this to people in every country. I'm not trying to do a cliche of English people, but I really do think that English people do this more than people in France, and certainly more than Latin-type people. So I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to start with a memory of my parents. They didn't go on holidays very much except to come and see me in Europe. And they took long flights to come and visit me from New Zealand. Now, we all know what airports are like. You have endless queues, security checks, delayed planes, good or bad food depending what airline you're flying with or what airport you're in. Now, a lot of people would land and complain about the journey, explaining that it was a difficult or disastrous thing, but not my parents. They'd walk through the arrivals gate, take a breath, and say, well, it wasn't the best flight we've ever had. Now, to some people, that would seem a little bit hypocritical or like they're lying, but for their English minds, it's about being phlegmatic. It's the art of remaining calm and composed, even when the situation is taxing or difficult. They didn't drop hammers of negativity for small things, like a late plane. They kept that for the more important disasters. Now, that doesn't mean they never used strong words. They did, but they saved them for something specific. If they felt humiliated, or if they were put on the spot, or if someone was really unkind to them, then they would say, Richard, it was absolutely terrible. You see, in the English way, strong words are a reserve. If you use terrible for a late flight or a cold coffee, you have nowhere to go when something truly off the scale happens. By keeping your language not great or not ideal for daily frustrations, your terrible actually means something. It has the weight of a mountain because you so rarely use it. Now, this philosophy actually extends to how we share our ideas even in a professional setting. In English, you might hear the phrase, for what it's worth. It's an interesting little expression. It's a way of being very humble. You're saying, my opinion might be valuable, or it might be worth nothing. It's up to you to decide. This isn't a sign of weakness. It's social intelligence. By starting with, for what it's worth, you're creating space for others. You're saying, I see the problem, but I'm choosing a path that preserves the harmony in the room. I'm not pushing it on you. But the secret is this approach actually gives you more power. If you start softly, the other side will dismiss your points. But now you've been given the right to be more firm. Because you were humble at the start, when you finally do stand your ground, your arguments gain force. It's as if the situation has drawn the strength out for you. People listen more closely to a calm person who finally gets firm than to a loud person who was never calm to begin with. So let's train your brain to find the cushion instead of the hammer. Remember, save the terrible for real crises. For everything else, let's do it that English way. Let's try this one. The flight was a disaster. Well, you could say, it wasn't the best flight we've ever had. How about this one? Airport food is terrible. We could transform that to, the food isn't exactly great, is it? This plan is bad. I don't think that's the best plan. My opinion is that we are failing. You could try, for what it's worth, I don't think we're hitting our targets. I'm sure he's not coming. Make it softer. I don't think he's coming. You're wrong about the numbers. I would say, I don't think those numbers are quite right. The hotel was ugly. Now, I know what you're thinking. English people are not famous for enjoying beautiful hotels or great architecture. I know. But anyway, you could say the hotel wasn't very nice, to be honest. I don't like this coffee. This coffee isn't the way I like it. What about that's a lie? That's not true. And here's your crisis scenario. They were incredibly rude and tried to humiliate me. Yeah, there you could say it was absolutely terrible. So this week, try to be a cultural observer. Notice your negative words. Are you using a hammer for a fly? Stop. Take a breath. Try and think like my parents, I dare you. They come from Yorkshire, a place in the north of England where people are famous for being dour, quiet, extremely reserved. In Yorkshire, they don't believe in making a scene. They have a kind of a reserved dignity, which Londoners will scoff at. Anyway, save the terrible for the moments that truly matter. For the rest of the time, find an understatement you can use. You can use I don't think, or for what it's worth. And when you speak this way, you're adopting the mindset that values harmony, but also understands the strategy. It's a subtle shift, but it's where you truly see the difference between speaking a language and understanding a culture. Anyway, that's enough for this week. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you next time.